complaints?
6 million barrels or less a year, no corporate beer, traditional ingredients.
Butter rice tastes fine to me, drink it up.
Drink it up.
Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Shelly?
Adam! No! See ya! No corporate beer!
People once believed that fizzy yellow beer was all they could drink. But sometimes, some beer is so bad that a terrible aftertaste is carried with it and the soul can't rest. And then sometimes, just sometimes, a band of craft brewers comes together to put the wrong beer right. Just like Adroit Brewing Company. Virginia is for lovers such as Eric Draven and Shelley Webster, and the Six Most Metal Breweries is here for a brew inspired by the Crow. Drink it up! Drink it up! The Six Most Metal Breweries is here with Mark Osborne, founder and owner of Adroit Brewing Company. So, Mark, thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Cheers.
I want you to tell me a story. How did Adroit Theory begin, and what does the name mean?
We started in 2014. We grabbed the thesaurus, and my wife was flipping through, found the word adroit. When she read the definition, it sounded exactly like what a brewer does for a living, which is use his hands or her hands to take very basic ingredients and turn them into something magical that we call beer.
You may have noticed we got dressed up for this particular Metal Monday. Tell us what inspired the Crow beer.
I am first and foremost a fan of all things Crow-related. I collected the comic books, love the movies. And I said, wow, this is fate. This is the perfect opportunity to meld together, this kind of Crow-inspired, fan homage to the concept.
We are grateful for it. I first saw the Crow movie when I was about 13 years old, playing in dollar theaters around Dallas, Texas toward the end of its run, and I realized the world was much bigger than my own. And it was the first soundtrack I ever bought with my own money.
That's a much smarter choice. The first album I bought was a Bengals CD in 86, so I'm a little embarrassed about that. But
We see your mission statement on the wall. Was Adroit Theory founded as a metal brewery?
We're definitely metalheads, and we're definitely fans first. Mm-hmm. And you can see it in our artwork. You can hear it in our tasting room. We love that lifestyle. We love that look. I think particularly here in the Mid-Atlantic and, in a relatively southern state, I think there is a pent-up demand for metalheads to find a place they can hang out and drink aggressive beers that have aggressive ABVs.
What were your favorite songs off the Crow soundtrack?
Any album that starts with a Cure, Burn, then just into Nine Inch Nails, into Rage Against the Machine. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like my 90s youth wrapped up into one.
Your logo and designs are like album covers. How does the process work? How does it all come together?
Funny that you should mention album covers, because that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
I'd say you've managed to complete a surprising number of pentagrams, skulls, and upside-down crosses.
There is always a hidden message. You have to look very carefully, but it's always tucked away.
Tell me about your size and your scale. What does it mean to be a nano brewery?
So when we started, we were about as small as you could get. We literally made one keg at a time. But we recently upgraded to a 10-barrel brew house here.
If we live in Rotation Nation, you have the freedom to do something different every brew. How did you arrive at a hazy Imperial IPA? Why this style to pair with the Crow?
We are mostly known for making big, boozy, malt-forward beers. We decided we wanted to start making IPAs.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. That's metal.
That is good.
That is pure pleasure. The pain comes later, I think. It's so easy to drink. And I really like that you're kind of moving away from the New England Northeast concept. What's the logic behind that?
So this year we decided we could drop that moniker and just focus on hazy. Because again, like we try to do things a little bit different and not just do what some of the other, big popular breweries are doing.
I love it that the beer is hazy, but it's not thick, it's not turbid, it's not chunky. We know from Decibel Metal and Beer Fest
Yes.
that you brewed a double IPA with Dan Lilker.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Good old Dan.
Cue incriminating evidence.
I was just happy with your regular supermarket lagers. I could never go back to that. It would be like drinking from the dick of a goat.
We'll be inviting Dan down here sooner than later to brew a rebrew of Personal Coma, which we thought was just a very fitting name for, Dan's very epic life.
No one has been able to recreate or do the Crow justice until now. We can expect, 3 more installments?
3 more installments. This is the Pain edition, and then we have the Fear edition, which drops right around Thanksgiving time, and then Irony, which is, I think, a December, early January release, and then Despair.
And where will they be available? Is it taproom only?
We currently distribute throughout Virginia and also throughout Maryland. We obviously sell at the tasting room. We send quite a bit of beer out to the West Coast to a retailer called Tavor, who then ships direct to consumer in like 30 states.
Shall we join the release party?
We shall.
I think I'll use your front door.
Kudos, kudos.
Do you see any connection between craft beer and the Crow?
There's art there, there's passion there.
These guys to sort of really promote the Crow and Elegy and stuff like that is not surprising.
That was an iconic film. I still love the original.
Oh yeah, I definitely actually want to go home and watch this movie again for sure.
Do you remember the soundtrack at all? Did you have any favorite songs?
Oh, the soundtrack, definitely. I mean, the Dead Souls, Nine Inch Nails cover and Burn are definitely my 2 favorite.
How metal is Adroit Theory?
On a scale of 1 to metal, they're Metallica.
I mean, their whole aesthetic is definitely geared that way. Their art on their bottles and, they're always playing metal in some fashion.
If you go around here, you're not going to find anything like it. You'll probably get country music.
I want you to tell me a story.
53 years ago, Fritz Maytag purchased Anchor Brewing to continue production of their flagship steam beer, a trademark now owned by the company.
What?
Listen, I'm sure you'll remember. Jack McCullough founded New Albion in 1976, the first microbrewery since Prohibition. Then homebrewer Ken Grossman launched his style-defining Sierra Nevada Pale Ale in 1980. Kim Jordan brought New Belgium to Colorado in 1991, while Stone launched generations of hop fanatics from 1996 onward, leading Vinny Chilurzo to create the double IPA at Russian River.
Yeah, man, some dude, some chick, whatever.
Her name is Natalie Chilurzo.
Victims, aren't we all? Not at Adroit Theory Brewing. Believe me, nothing is trivial. Is this a beer for hopheads and metalheads like Eric Draven?
It definitely is. I'm telling you, you want a hoppy beer, you want a beer that's going to scream metal, Adroit Theory is where you need to be.
9% ABV of pain, all for you. How do you like it?
It's amazing. When I first tried it, I tasted a lot of fruit going in, and then the hoppy bitterness afterwards. It tastes really balanced.
Out of the IPAs they have on tap right now, it's my favorite, and that's high praise in itself because they always do good IPAs here.
Great beer, a lot of hops in it, very smooth.
Is it better than the that they drank in the movie?
Oh shit, I don't even remember them drinking but if they were, shame on them. They should have had Elegy.
Give it up, feed the bird, feed the bird, feed the bird. I want to invite you all in for a group cheers and a group chant. We're gonna drink to Brandon Lee. Drink it up! Drink it up! Drink it up! Drink it up! If the beer we love is stolen from us, the way to have it live on is to never stop supporting your local craft brewery. Buildings burn, people die, but real ale is forever. And remember, it can't rain all the time.
metal.